Good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? It is 2:18 p.m. on Thursday, August 12th, and Bitcoin seeing quite a pullback. Not quite a pullback, but a little bit of a pullback after running into resistance just under 47,000, which we've been talking about that level for months now. So I wanted to take this opportunity to revisit one of my earlier videos, my most watched video, my top 10 microcap altcoins with 10x to 100x potential. Obviously, everybody's interested in that because they want to earn 100x. However, just to remind, this is like for 5% of your portfolio spread across all of these, maybe 10 tops, 10% tops if you have a higher risk tolerance. But purely, usually speculative stuff. Some of these got some going on. But please, if you like what you see, if you're interested in this, please hit the like, please hit the subscribe button. Really appreciate it. And remember, none of this is financial advice. Everything in this video is informational and educational purposes only. I'm just a trader, but I do have my opinions, and I want to share those with you. So let's get into it. First off, want to get into Bitcoin. I know we're talking altcoins, but if you're watching altcoins, you got to watch Bitcoin. If you're watching the crypto market in general, you got to watch Bitcoin. Bitcoin runs the market. If Bitcoin goes up, that gives everything else an opportunity to go up. If Bitcoin comes down, it takes everything with it. When Bitcoin goes sideways, that's usually when altcoins have a chance to go off. So what's going on with Bitcoin right now? It's running into that 47,000 area that we've been talking about for so long, where I've said I've done all my buying until we get over 47,000 or unless we come back to 23,000 or below 24. So we're back below the 200-day moving average, which is at 45,176. We're at just under 44,500. I don't think that we're going to go up until this 50-day moving average catches up, and we get some upward pressure from that. What does that mean? That gives us the opportunity to focus on altcoins, which if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, mentioned in the last video or two that it's breaking down. So that means that altcoins are doing one of two things. They're either falling at a slower rate than Bitcoin, or they're going up faster than Bitcoin, or they're going, one of three things, or they're going up and Bitcoin's staying still, or Bitcoin's going down and altcoins are going up, which usually doesn't happen. So Bitcoin dominance is dropping. So gives altcoins a chance to really step ahead. So what are altcoins doing now? Well, we got over that $1 trillion market cap as expected. We got to the 1.066. I think we were looking to get to like 1.09 is what we were looking to get to. So came pretty close to that, but still looking bullish. I mean, we got the 50-day barely touched below the 200-day moving average. We got the 50-day curling back up. So may not happen overnight. It may be a couple weeks. It may be a week. It may be tomorrow. I don't know. It may never happen. But similar looking, like 50-day is going to have to put pressure on the price to the upside. Usually before a big altcoin run, there is a little pullback because Bitcoin comes down a little bit. I don't see Bitcoin really going down below 42,500. Got really good support here. You could see resistance, support around the 42,500 to 43,000 area. The other day filled the gap and then bounced right up from it. On Sunday, the CME gap it filled. So let's get into it. So what low market cap altcoins am I looking at? First, let's talk about what I'm taking out. First one I'm taking out is Katana. And we talked about Katana is at $5.91 and it's at $3.36. So this is a all-inclusive trading platform where you can trade multiple exchanges on one spot. Just hasn't been getting much traction. So you could look at these as one of two ways. Took a big drop here. I don't know what that's from exactly. You could look at these at one of two ways. Well, it's down. It's a good opportunity to get in. Yeah, but I want stuff that is performing, and right now there's lots of microcap altcoins that are performing now. So yeah, this thing still may be a good buy or a good add down here. Still highly speculative. Market cap of only 4.8 million, so really low. I wouldn't label it a sell if you're looking to hold on to something that could potentially blow up, but I just think there's better ones right now. Next one I'm taking out is SafeSwap governance token. This is the SafeSwap token for YFDI Finance. Just has not really done anything. It was at just under 15 cents. So you're looking at like a 40% drop from when we talked about it. This is still up about 65% from pre-sale price. So those who got in on pre-sale are still up on it. I'm doing probably what everybody else is doing with the airdrop, and I'm selling every time I'm able to. I'm not getting the airdrop because I just don't hold enough YFDAI, and it hasn't really been worth it to hold. So YFDAI has been dropping too, but with the pre-sale, it's over 6 months a release schedule, so you're able to claim so much every day, or it adds up every hour or whatnot, or every minute. And over time, you're eventually able to get all that. I think it's at like 75 or 80% complete. Another month or two, and all of the pre-sale will be sold, whoever wants to sell it. So it's going to take a little while for this one to get going, if it ever does. And they're doing airdrops for YFDAI stakers and holders. So I think that people are getting the airdrop and just selling it, which is a smart move. It's free money, so why not just sell it, and you can put it wherever you want if you don't want to put it in the safe swap. But really hasn't been doing much at all, and the volume's nothing to get excited about. I mean, look at that. It looks dead. Sometimes that's the best time to buy things, but I think you got another month or two until all the pre-sale is done. So it took that one out. Few more wild cards. Something you gotta be paying attention to if you're looking at speculative stuff and you're looking at high upside potential with high risk. Gaming NFT coins. First, Rev. Rev is a gaming NFT where you buy a driver, a car, and tires, and you race and you get rewarded in Rev tokens. So you can actually earn money from this. You could also buy a racetrack that others race on, and they gotta rent it to race on it, so you make money that way. Next is Anarchy X, another NFT game. It kind of just launched, so it had a big rise up, and then it's it's come down from there. It was in like the 20, I think it might have hit 30 cents. All-time high, 47 cents. So yeah, this has come down significantly after all the hype. So I bought around 10 cents, and it's been hanging out right there, so I think that's a good spot. Next one is Chain Guardians. Chain Guardians, same thing, except it's not pay to play. You can mine the NFTs, and you can even not pay at all to play part of the game. And only a $16 million market cap. Anarchy X, sorry, I forgot to mention that, was under 10 million at 9.9 million, so really cheap. Next one is Splinterlands. This was the most recent launch. Not even tracking the market cap yet. I wish they would update it, but it went as high as like $1.26. This was an in and out for me. I held some a little too long after selling half of it at like a 200% gain, but you look at it's relatively flat now. It says all-time high 107. Pancake Swap, it definitely got to 126 or 127. So another wild card there. And lastly, I almost put this in the top 10, and this is one that I really like, is Alluvium. I think that this is going to be like an Axie Infinity. I think this is going to go up. This is like an NFT gaming RPG. I think that it's a little higher quality and a little more in-depth, and I think it's going to excite the same type of people that play Axie Infinity. But yeah, I almost concluded this in the top 10. Little high for a microcap, so it is 284 million. Probably more like a mid-cap when it gets over 100 or 200 million. But regardless, thought it was worth a mention. Now, let's get into the top 10. Now, to refresh the previous top 10, it was Katana at 10, Safe Swap at 9, YFDAI at 8, Earthernity Chain at 7, Superfarm at 6, Polka Starter at 5, Paid Network at 4, Finix Flow at 3, Exceed Me at 2, and Umbrella Network at number 1. So, previous number 8, YFDAI drops to number 10. Why? Because everything's going up, and this is coming down. YFDAI was at $967, and yeah, it just hasn't come up. Reasons I don't like it is that they use promotion through influencers like Crypto Burb and especially BitBoy, which I really don't like that he's a part of that. Really low market cap, $3 million. Really low supply, though. I don't think they've updated this. I guarantee that it's higher than this, but The total supply, they burn like 80 or 90 coins once a quarter. So it's definitely lower than this. So this is not updated. They do have a growing team. So I do like that. They are active. The other issue that I have with them is that you have to stake their YFDI coin, which you get 72% APR a year, to get into their pre-sales, and they haven't had a pre-sale in months. So maybe it's dead in the water. That's why I moved it down, not out yet. I know they have a team. I know they are doing things. They're creating a wallet. They're behind though. That's the thing. They're behind. They recently, had a roadmap with stuff that would be finished by now that isn't finished by now. So that's the risk you take with these. But I do think they're moving forward with them. I just think they're moving slower than expected. But Cardano's been doing that for years, and they've been going up. So not super big on this, but thought it was worthwhile to keep it in the top 10 because it's hard to find microcaps that have like larger teams and that are actually trying to do things. Number 9 is Space Swap. This was in an honorable mention last time, and this I have for one reason and one reason alone. It was $459 before. It's $757 now. It's for the pump, right? This was a pump and a dump, and there is a way to make money on these, right? So circulating supply 736, max supply 5,000. That's it, 5,000. And what happened with this one is back in early February, it took a major pump to $16,629 from December low of $74. Now we're down to $757, and I don't see why it wouldn't try and get pumped again. Like, it's an easy target, so that's the only reason I'm buying it. I'll sell on the way up, and I think it has a really good chance of getting pumped. It's a DeFi project, but not even worth really getting into that. Even if it was extremely legitimate, extremely popular, this supply opens it up to being manipulated. So reminds me of Dave Portnoy when he was trying to pump SafeMoon, and he said, "Oh, it's a Ponzi, so buy it." Like, get in early on the Ponzi. I'm not calling this a Ponzi, but this definitely gets opened up for some large group to pump it. So it's the only reason. High risk. Somebody sells, it can go down 99% in a day. I've seen it happen. So do not put a lot of money in this, if any at all. Just thought I'd throw that in there. This is probably the highest risk one you can be in. Did I mention this is high risk? Please take that home with you, that it's high risk. Okay. On to number 8, Polychain Monsters. Now this one, I got a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth with this. It used to be called Pokemon, as in a mix of polka dot, and because polka dot was hot and everything was coming out with names, polka this, polka that, and Pokemon. So kind of probably had some lawsuits or threats as expected. Change your name to Polychain Monsters. NFT hatching, I think they have some gaming with their NFTs, but it's just been on a rip lately. It was down all the way to $3. I think at the time of the last video, I thought about putting it in here, but it's just the name makes it sound so cheesy, so I didn't put it in there, but it was around $6, so over a double from there. I do have some of this. You can stake it or farm it with a pair on Pancake Swap, so that's a nice bonus to that. Moving on to number 7 is Polka Starter. This also dropped in price. This was, dropped on my list. It went up a little bit in price. Polka Starter was $137 at the time of my last video. It's $146 now. It went to $197 and had a hard sell-off. The one thing why I moved this down the list is it just doesn't have as many pre-sale launches as it used to. It used to have, there used to be 5 to 7 listed here at any given time. You got 1 in 5 days and 1 TBA. So That's the only thing I don't like. This is the best launchpad though for new projects. It has the best performing ones. Initially, they usually go up 500 to 1,000% right from pre-sale. The hard part is getting into the pre-sale. Still like it. Got to pick it up a little. Maybe with Bitcoin coming back, more projects are going to be getting involved. With more regulation, probably less less projects will be getting involved. Okay, also moved down the list from number 3 to number 6 is Finix Flow. Nothing wrong with it. Just I think some are doing a little more and performing a little better. So Finix Flow was 39 cents and now it's 44. It went up a little over 50 and it's come down just a hair in this pullback. So still a good one. All-inclusive trading platform. So you get all the different platforms you could trade from in one spot. This one is actually doing stuff and the liquidity is good. They've onboarded already. Don't think they've actually launched. Their full product, but they have started the beta at least. If they might have started it, but they've definitely been onboarding new users. So here we go. So they've definitely been onboarding new users, and you could register for it, and it's got really good liquidity. That's one good thing about this. Like the spreads aren't super wide. They're not super thin where there's like 0.1 Finix Flow per every penny that you move in either direction. So really good liquidity. Moving on to number 5, as you could already see, is Paid Network. Paid Network was number 4 last time. Again, nothing wrong with this. Just kind of hasn't done as much yet, down 13% today. So you can see it was higher when we talked about it. It was 40 cents and 48. So what is that? 20% gain still, even after dropping 13.6% today. They have a launch pad, and they are one of the more popular ones that went from like under 5 cents to over $6 in the course of like a month. So I imagine some people are thinking, hey, this is a value, or maybe you're thinking it's still overpriced because it was under 5 cents, but $45 million market cap, still relatively cheap. Moving on to number 4. Now here's the ones that have really been doing stuff. 4, Eternity Chain. This was in the 14s, almost $15. When we talked about it, it was $7.03. So it did have a 100% gain. It's not at 100% anymore, but it's still 1186 from 703. So 60%, I'll take that. They sell NFTs, and they are the ones making all the moves with the professional athletes. Leo Messi was one of them. Muhammad Ali was one of them. The latest one is going to be Manny Pacquiao. I don't know if they dropped those NFTs yet. And NFTs are hot right now. The penguins, the bulls, the apes, like all those are the rocks, the Ethereum rocks. Like one CryptoPunk went for like $130 million. Ridiculous. So not my thing. Even the ones that are cheaper, I just don't understand it, so I don't get into it. Other people understand it. They're flipping them. They're making a fortune. I don't know how to. Go to OpenSea.io or .com. Go to OpenSea, and that's where like the majority of the NFTs trade, although Eternity trades on their website. So $134 million market cap. Not bad, getting up there a little bit. Next one is really taking off. Super Farm. And if you know me, you know this is probably one of, if not my favorites. I think this can be a top 20 coin in the future, just because they are already selling lots of NFTs. I think they just had another drop, or they're having one any day now. They got a game coming out. It's going to be really high quality. At least that's the expectation. And then they got a Superverse that's going to be similar to Decentraland. So this has really been like in that 90 cent area. It went up to 117 overnight and then sold off. Not last night, but 2 nights ago. And when we talked about it, it was number 4. Now it's number 3. And it was 40 cents, and now it's 90. So 125% gain. Not bad. Definitely one of my favorites. So moving on. So what could possibly top that? Well, number 2, in the same place as it was before, and I'll tell you why I didn't raise it to number 1. Which every time I think about it, even before I thought about putting it at number 1, and I didn't, and I thought about switching number 1 and number 2, and I didn't. But Exceed Me is all-time high of $1.99. When we talked about it, it was 23.5 cents, and it's 30 now. But look at the chart, and it was 32 there, it was 36, and then it dropped all the way down to 21. Like, what happened there? What happened was you compare it with BNB and farm pancake token rewards. So you get the form of cake, C-A-K-E, pancake swaps token, at like 160 or 180%. And so you buy half BNB, half XED, and you create a liquidity pair and you farm it on PancakeSwap, and you get 160% back in the form of PancakeSwap tokens, which has also gone up and I think is close to $20 now. That stopped. So when that stopped, people removed their liquidity and sold their pairs, and boom, went down 15 to like 60, 55%. So good buying opportunity in my opinion. I bought a little bit, and then they launched their system. What would you call it? Their system, their betting system, where you bet and you earn and you get rewarded through playing and using Exceed Me with Call of Duty, one of, if not the biggest games in the world right now, at least the top 10. So yeah, you could bet, you could earn NFTs. NFTs are more rare with your skill level and your ranking and stuff like that. So really, really cool if you're into gaming, but still working on stuff. Still only a $22.5 million market cap, which brings me to my number 1, still at the top, Umbrella Network, and this is actually down from when we talked about it before. It was 0.204, now it's 0.200. This went down recently, like within the last hour, it was at 21.6. So it was up. So why did I keep it in my top 10? Because they're just constantly working and doing things, and this is one of the ones that I think 2 years from now could be a 10,000% gainer, a 100xer. This is an oracle similar to Chainlink, and they have the intention of competing with Chainlink and other cryptocurrencies at that level. So $17 million market cap, 1.7 billion in 2 years would be the target to put it at 100x from here. So yeah. So looking at those 10 plus the honorable mentions and plus the 2 that I took off, you really only want 5%, maybe 10% of your entire portfolio spread across all of these. These are speculative. Crypto is already speculative enough. These are hyper speculative. So remember that these are the highest risk. The other thing that I like about Umbrella is that you could stake it. And so it's a proof of stake mining system. Go to staking. It's staking.umb.network. And you can stake, and you can stake it for 0.442% a day. Let's do the math on that. 0.442 times 365, 161.33% APR. The only thing is you're staking them for RUMB, which I think is probably like redeemable UMB, which you could sell for half value now, so it'd still be 80.6%. Or if you wait till 1 year after their launch, which was in February of 2021, so February of 2022, you could sell it for full value. I'd imagine that there'd be a massive dump when that happens, because people will have 160% a year for like 8 months or 7 months time, and they'll just sell it all. and then probably sell some of their positions. So probably see a big dump around that time. Keep that in mind. But by that time, maybe it'll be up 1,000% or 2,000%. But regardless, that's my top 10. If you like this video, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Up on the weekend, so probably won't do another video tomorrow, maybe Saturday or Sunday, I don't know. But looking at Bitcoin just kind of holding its place right now and looking for altcoins to run. And I hold every single one of these that are in the top 10, plus a few other ones, and I got about 7 or 8% of my portfolio spread across them. So some have been performing. I'm up overall, and yeah, these are just those ones that maybe through how much they gain will be 40 or 50% of my portfolio one day. I don't know. They're, like I said, they're speculative and they're a long shot, but I tried to pick the best ones with the best team that are progressing or have really interesting plans or are in a hot market. So if you like that, again, please hit the like, hit the subscribe. Until then, we'll see you. We'll see you next. I'm losing it. You can tell I'm tired of getting to the end of the week. So we'll see you next time. Have a good weekend. Bye.